This film begins with the announcement of Queen Had, where she inaugurates the new mayor's office of the Kingdom of Bees. We realize that she is accompanied by Mayor Honeycombs and Leo Vespa, who is the boss of security. This event is broadcast on the Volador TV program, where the reporter also comments that there is a green dust storm that is very dangerous. He asks everyone to take precautions in this regard. Then, Leo Vespa sees that his blue stones were activated and tells his son Jesse not to play with them. Jesse denies having done so, but at that moment, his father tells him that a yellow stinger never tells lies. This is a super important detail he doesn't forget. A few years pass, and we see that the radio brightens the day of the inhabitants. We meet an Asian bird called Aki, who is calling everyone to see a great singer named Wan Honey, of whom she is a great fan. Then, a girl interrupts the show to give some announcements from the kingdom, where they are looking for a better future for all of them. She asks him to leave, so that singer Wan Honey can continue. The girl leaves, and the show continues. On another side, we know the Minimum and Maximum, who arrive at the honey bank. Soon, they neutralize the security and begin to take all the honey they can. The yellow stingers, the special security squad, arrive, and a chase after the thieves begins. We notice that the ruffians use honey to power their ships as they try to escape at full speed. Soon, Mayor Pinar is informed about what is happening and that the thieves are more skillful than he thought. They thought so. The mayor knows that he has no choice but to call the great hero of the city. He takes the emergency trumpet and sends it for him. Then we see that the message reaches the long-awaited Great One of the movie, who prepares himself with his special suit and introduces himself as Captain AV. Ready? He goes at full speed towards the kingdom and arrives with a great presentation in the style of Iron Man. He quickly locates the evildoers and goes after them without hesitation. With the help of his great technology, he knocks them down, so Maximum and Minimum are caught. Meanwhile, someone is stealing the honey the villains were carrying. On the other hand, we meet Cop and Payson, the main villains of this movie. Payson is furious because his henchmen failed their mission, and we see that they want to take power over the entire kingdom and keep the crown. Later, Captain Avispa, the mayor, and Leo go to the queen to inform her of what is happening. She doesn't take it well, as they mention that times are changing. At the same time, we meet the princess called Honey Bee, who is a very good friend of Captain Avispa. Meanwhile, Bolivia arrives at the kingdom's prison, where she manages to enter, and her drones neutralize the bee security guards without any problem. She goes to Elda to rescue Maximum and Minimum. Later, a big event is held in the kingdom, where the queen and the princess attend to the guests. At that moment, Captain Avispa finds out that the princess has been looking for him, and everyone notices that she is interested in the hero of the city. Payson arrives, pretending to be someone important, and greets the queen, who thinks he is very kind. They start the Mungano Dance Mungano party, where the princess sings a song to Captain Avispa, and he seems to be interested in her as well. Oh love! The next day, they realize what happened in the jail, and find out that it was a woman who broke in, but they don't know who she was. Meanwhile, a boy arrives with the Joker, who tells him where the trumpet is, making him call Captain Avispa. He takes Maximum and Minimum. They let her go, feeling the disappointment and betrayal of a friend. The villains begin to wreak havoc in the city, so the yellow stingers confront them. Unfortunately, they soon realize that they cannot control the situation, so they notify the mayor to call Captain Avispa. However, the mayor discovers that his trumpet has been stolen. Oh, how bad! At the same time, the news shows what is happening in the city, but Captain Avispa is busy and doesn't notice anything. The police arrive and inform the queen that the villains have come to claim the throne. We soon see them take over everything, using their technology to harness all the honey energy of the place. They also kidnap the princess, informing the queen that they need a small piece for their plan, and she is the only one who can get it. Meanwhile, at Captain Avispa's lair, someone manages to make him watch the news. He immediately rushes to the city, where he helps the authorities and the wasp baby. Captain Avispa realizes that there is a lot of destruction, so he furiously continues fighting the robots. He then finds out that the princess has been taken. He goes to the queen, who reminds him that his father was a great hero. We see a memory of his father, General Leo, who a few years earlier had saved the kingdom from a dust storm by sacrificing himself. In the present, the queen asks Captain Avispa to be more careful. Captain Avispa leaves at full speed to search for the princess, remembering his father. Meanwhile, the villains are confident of their triumph and make the princess call Captain Avispa. He soon discovers their location and arrives at the villain's lair. However, he sees that the princess is about to fall into the water and realizes that he can't do anything while the villains tell him they will destroy all the bees. They let him know that if he wants to save them, he has to be on their side. "What? I have to do that?" Captain Avispa exclaims. But it's too late. The villains force everyone to announce that Captain Avispa is a traitor, making everyone believe he is on the side of evil. Punch does not keep his word and traps Captain Avispa, wanting to continue the destruction. Meanwhile, the authorities prepare for the worst, but the queen tells them it's enough and to prepare for surrender. Punzan gets ready to take the city, but after a few technical failures, he seems ready. Later, Punzan arrives in the city and returns the princess to the queen, having taken the castle in exchange for her. The robots begin to take over the place, and the authorities try to defend as much as they can. The traitor, Bombo, repents and tells the queen the whole truth, revealing that Captain Avispa was forced to lie. The princess quickly goes to rescue him while the queen prepares her forces to defend the kingdom. Captain Avispa is disappointed, believing he betrayed everyone. He remembers his father, who told him to never lie. At that moment, the princess arrives, tries to lift his spirits, and reminds him of all the advice his father once gave him. Captain Avispa soon recovers, breaks free from his bonds, and speeds out of his cell, ready to save the city. The yellow stingers struggle with the robots, but Captain Avispa arrives and begins to gain ground against the villains. Meanwhile, the princess and Bombo, the traitor, go to the city news station and show the video of the truth, clearing Captain Avispa's name. Punzan, calmly mentioning that it doesn't matter, reveals that their robots are loaded with the green dust from before. He releases all the dust to contaminate the city, and even knocks down Captain Avispa. Bombo, one of the few wearing masks, wants to help the captain. He sends him to a ship, where Bombo activates the fans and soon begins to clear the city of the large cloud of dust. Thanks to this, everyone begins to recover. Realizing his plan is failing, Punzan flees, leaving even the police behind, who are caught by the authorities. The queen arrives to reclaim the crown that has always belonged to her. While the general informs the queen that almost everything is under control, they still need to catch a few things. They quickly capture Maximum and Minimum, letting them know they have no way out. At the same time, they notice Punzan is escaping, so Captain Avispa goes after him. He reaches a very strange area on the outskirts of the city and discovers a lot of evil technology. There, Punzan controls a mega robot, reminiscent of Power Rangers, and tells Captain Avispa he won't be able to take it down, setting the stage for the final confrontation. After an intense exchange, the robot catches Captain Avispa and soon knocks him down, planning to crush him to ensure victory. However, Captain Avispa escapes, and the confrontation continues. The captain uses a combat tool left by his father, drawing on his inner strength. Captain Avispa gains ground, and eventually knocks down the big robot, realizing it was powered by the kingdom's honey. Distracted, Captain Avispa gets knocked down by Punzon with the robot's only working arm. As Punzon approaches to finish the job, Captain Avispa gathers his remaining energy and continues to defend himself. The confrontation is intense, but Captain Avispa ultimately takes his staff and wins the battle, finally defeating the evil Punzon. Captain Avispa returns to the kingdom to ensure there are no more robots. Together with the mayor and the general, they inform the queen that the city is safe. In gratitude, the queen honors those who help save the kingdom. Captain Avispa receives the gold medal for bravery, having given everything for the kingdom and its inhabitants. If you liked the video, here are some more recommendations. Have a great day.